Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our history channel, and today we're gonna travel to Kyiv 1902 and we're gonna talk about consecration of Karaim or Karaites synagogue, also known as Kenasa. It's one of the most beautiful buildings in entire Ukraine. And for this I found you something more important, something interesting. The newspaper in Kyiv, it was published in 1902. And it stated that yesterday, on January 27, ceremony of consecration took place at newly constructed, completed synagogue Kenasa. It started at noon in the building of Kenasa on Velika Підвальна Street. There were some top people of Kyiv, commander of 21st Army Corps, Kyiv Vice Governor, guardian of Kyiv Educational District, city mayor, rector of Kyiv St. Volodymyr University, manager of state properties of Kyiv and Podil Gubernia, so on and so forth. And there was, of course, author of the project Synagogue Kenasa and architect Wладислав Городецький. And, of course, local Karaite colony or diaspora with Mr. Kogan, and many people were invited. All of them gathered in a small hall of Kenasa. Precisely at noon, door of the temple was opened and guests went inside. They were mesmerized by luxury and beauty of interior design. Таврии and Odessa Gakham, Samuїл Панпулов, arrived to Kyiv from his headquarters in Feodosia, Crimea, to consecrate Kenasa. Panpulov is the superior spiritual leader of all Karaites in Russian Empire. Ceremony of consecration was short and performed by Panpulov, Gakham. Gakham was wearing a headwear from Old Testament, and he wore mantle over his uniform decorated with various medals. That's Mr. Gorodetsky, the architect of the building. So Mr. Panpulov, he gave a short speech. All attendees were invited for breakfast, or actually lunch, at the building of Society of Literature and Artists. So, new building of Kyiv Kenasa, one of the most beautiful buildings in Kyiv. And main contributor was Mr. Kogan, who unfortunately passed away, but his business was continued by apparently his brother. In order to build this Kenasa, rather a big mansion on Velika Підвальна Street 7, was bought, and first part was a part for the Kenasa, and second residential building is still standing. Kenasa was designed by architect Wладислав Городецький. He was born as Leszek Desideri Władysław Городецький. He had the nickname Kyiv Gaudi. He was born 1852 in Ukraine, Vinnytsia Oblast, and passed away in 1926. And this is the Mr. Panpulov, who was the top leader of Karaites. Kyiv Leo Ginsburg construction firm completed the Kenasa, or they call it synagogue back then. Anyway, long story short, he was one of the top 10 richest men in Kyiv. He was the merchant, and his company built in 10 years, in 1912, skyscraper, 12-story building, first one in the history of Ukraine. Italian company of Elia Sala, they performed all the sculpture works in plaster. Steam heating and ventilation performed by a Polish company. This is Leo Ginsburg himself. The Karaite community in Kyiv were 300 people. In all Russian Empire there were 12,000 people. In the near future I plan to tell you more about history of Odessa Karaites, Karaites of Mykolaiv and Kherson and the Crimea. So guys, please subscribe, stay tuned for the next episode, recommend our YouTube channel, ask your questions below, and let me know what would you like to know about history of Ukraine, all the diasporas, all the people and art. Stay tuned for the next episode, my friends.